Yeah, good morning, my viewers. Good morning to all my listeners and to my subscribers. And to those of you that are just joining us for the first time, if today is your first time for joining Mikey's FX Academy, you are welcome to the channel. You can turn on the notification button on your device or subscribe and turn on the notification button on your device so you'll be first to notify whenever a video like this is dropped on the channel. Today's video, I want to show us one or two tips on how to trade with the moving averages. Um, if you are having a PC, if you have the laptop, desktop, device, and you want indicators that has this moving average that helps you with support and resistance line and all that. So many things that you cannot do manually. These ones they are done automatically. I will drop my contact details on the comment section below so you can contact me for these indicators. Though they are not free, though I can give to my subscribers at a very affordable price, very cheap. Now for the video. Now for those of us using mobile, I would like you to stick to these um, settings. Now this is the moving average. I have the moving average in this form. This is the settings. If you go to the you know um, function key, the F key, just click on F and go to moving average. There's the moving average. Excuse me. No, then we set the moving average. The first moving average I have is it has the period 50 apply to shift, and the method is exponential apply to close. The style is 3 pixel and the color is green um, for buy, and I have this moving average. Now I'm going to make it red. The period is 200, the shift is 0, the method is exponential, apply to close, style is 3 pixel, and my color of my choice, I chose red and click done. Now this is what I want to point to us on using this moving average. It's a crossover, moving average crossover. We have the 200 and the 50 moving average crossover when you are trading on your chart. So whenever this moving average crosses, there is always a reaction. And if you look at it very well, let me bring out my picker tool. Okay, now this is what I want to point to you. Look at where it crossed in this area and what happened. You see the movement, it went upward. Look at another crossing. When the green crosses from below, crosses the red from below, there's always a reaction in this form. That is what I want you to look at. There's always a reaction. As long as the crossing is still there, the reaction remains until it crosses the other way. Now if you look at this market, this is how this market is sliding downward. Look at it, it went high and came down and went, made another high, but not as high as this one. It made another high here, not as high as this one, and came down and is making another high, not as high as the previous one. Look at. So can someone tell me the direction of this market? The market will soon hit this movement. Like as you can see, this is what we are actually looking at. So if you are trading on boom 1000, expect a trend reversal within the next few days. This is a confirmation. This is one, this is two, and this is three. Let me take this off the chart again. Look at it. Look at what I want to point to you now. Look at this tip, joining this tip, and joining this tip. Okay, let me use the trend line so that we can understand this. There, Here is what we have on the chart. Here is a concrete confirmation that this trend is going to run in this direction in the next few days. This is a daily candle. This is a daily candle, and this is what we have. Now let's look at how it's going to run from the upside. Now let's see. Let's draw our lines and see a clear confirmation that the market is going to go in this direction if we trade carefully. If we trade carefully, we're going to have it in this direction. For those of us who are trading on the synthetic indices, the boom and crash, this is a clear picture of how the market is going to go, and there is a clear indication that it will go like this in the next few days. See what happened here. Let me point something to you. Look at this moving average. It crosses and gave us this bullish movement, and it went up and came down. Why this one came to the trend line and gave us this? It's already reacting to this zone, so it gave us this movement. Now see what happened again. This moving average went and came down, gave us a selling signal, you know pointing the downward direction, just as it did here. And what happened? The trend came down here and gave us another confirmation that this market is going to go and you know um, consolidate, which is already doing. This is consolidation period. The market is consolidating just as it did here and here. It's consolidating. Now we're going to see it in this form. We're going to see it in this form. Now this is um this is how we're going to see the market. Now it's going to consolidate a bit, you move a bit, then it's going to hit. This moving average is going to come down. There's going to be another crossing, just as we have it now. Just as we have it, there's going to be another crossing. I'll bring this down. This is the projected direction. It beats a lot deeper down. It's going to go down in the next few days. So for those of us looking forward to sell boom 1000, the period is getting close that the market is going to go in your direction. It's going to, so watch out for breakthrough, for um, um, resistance zone, so you can enter a sniper entry to make maximum profit from trading boom 1000. Now this is the daily time frame for boom 1000, and this is how the market has been. If you look at it correctly, this is how the market has been. So this is the best way to judge a market. If you want to make profit now, you have to go to lower time frames, and I don't want to go into that. This is just how. But if you want to get more on this training, if you don't understand anything here you're seeing now, you want to get more knowledge on this, you want to get more picture how to get it right, to make maximum profit for the day. Every day you make a good profit. This is not the only market on synthetic indices. You can you know look in, look left, you have the volatilities. We have other boom and crash like boom 1000, boom 500, boom 300 crash, 1000 crash, 500 and 300. You can look in where the market is favorable, you jump right in, you make a profit for the day, and you are good to go. This is just a little illustration on boom 1000 on how to hit the profit each day and how to make it successful. You have to look at the chart, you have to look at what is happening within the chart and how to make it count. There's nothing like blowing up your accounts. There's nothing like losing funds. You have to do the right thing and get the maximum profit out of it. You understand? So that's one thing. I just want to draw this line and see if this line um connects anything for me. I don't want you to. I spotted something, so I don't want you to put this or look at this as. I just want to make something up and see if it is going to go. Okay, this is another. You know, this is another way of looking at the chart. This is another way of looking at the chart, but um, the chart is a very technical word, and you have to know how to plot your way through it, and so that you can, make maximum result out of it. So this is another way of looking at the chart. It's a clear indication that the price is going to come down. It's a clear indication that price is going to come down. Come down to. It's a clear indication that price is going to come down. You know, in this form. So we're looking at something like this later before the week runs out or something. So um, that is how it is on Mikey's FX Academy. I'll take you through some other picture for us to see. Let's go to crash 1000 and see how the market is doing down there, the daily time frame. I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to point it to us, um, those of us that are looking forward to make progress, to make it count, to make daily profit trading in these markets. I just want you to understand that you can actually do this. You can actually do this if you have good indicators. If you're a PC user, you have good indicators in your PC. If you're a mobile user, you know how to draw trend lines manually. If you don't know how to draw these lines, my contact details are there below. You can, you know, um, communicate or chat me up. I'll be there to school you through drawing these lines and making maximum profit out of these indicators. Now, if you look my there's a trade going on. I place a trade, on crash 1000, and the current trend is in this format. It's in this format. So the market is already, it's moving um, upward like predicted, but I just want to show us one or two tips on how this market is going to go for today. If you look at, let me screen drag it. This is how the market is. On this section, it is not, a suitable zone to trade. Since the market has no direction, you know, market currently has no direction, but to me, it's pointing. The market is going to go downward. If I am correctly, you'll see the market is going to go. It's pointing to my downward direction, which is in this form. Connecting these points together is giving me this movement that the market is going to come down. It's going to come down. With what I'm seeing, it's going to come down. But nevertheless, this zone is not a safe zone to trade. It is not a safe zone to trade. So if you want to make more money, look for safer zones like this. When you see safer zones, you can place your trade. When you see a trend, when you see a trend, it's a place to trade. Not when you have consolidation points like this. you know this is not a safe zone. So this is an X. If you are trading on crash 1000, watch out for spike actions. Watch out for how the trend is going to do. See, if you look, the movement is like this and like this and like this, and let me take it off. This is how the movement has been. Look at where it came from this region. It moved down and went up and came down and up and down and up. It shows no no proper direction. So it's not a good place to invest your money. It is not a good place for the now to invest, because if you do, you may end up losing your funds. You may end up losing your funds. So it's not a good place to invest your money. So we can actually um, let it slide. If you don't trade here today, it's not going to kill us, because the market is an everyday market where you make money, profit, and stuff like that. So you don't have to go through your money about give it to um, the forex market. It is better you take from the forex market than giving your money to the forex market. Like giving them, like whenever you fund, they take it, you go back again and fund and stuff like that. Now let's move to let's move in and see what bond 500 has for the day. Yes, this is a good place to trade. Bond 500 is doing very well. See the movement is is on a sell. As far as these two guys, moving averages is on top of the price, pushing price downward. This has been the movement for days, and majority of us that has been riding on um, 500 has seen a lot of profit. This is how the market has been for days, and for the past 3 4 days or so, the market has been going smoothly. A lot of persons has made a lot of profit, but it's already too deep. So I would advise we take precaution. We take precaution, because there might be a reversal. So we have to take precaution at this zone. For those of us on boom 500, now we're going to look at crash 500 and move forward. Now let's look at crash 500, the daily time frame for crash 500. Before I cover this video up, now this is how crash 500 has been. You know, there's been a point of consolidation, and it's now breaking through. This zone has been so rough, moving back and forth. The movement has been so rough, no proper direction. But currently, my moving average is supporting the price and pushing it upward to the upward direction. So we're going to see little movement upward today for 500. For those of us, trading there, you have to look out for crash 500. There is another zone here. This zone, this zone is a bit critical. We will have multiple reactions. So if you're going to trade in this zone, you have to watch out. Whenever price moves to this zone, watch out for reactions. Reactions on these zones. Okay, so you're going to watch out for multiple reactions. Though it's still going to push upward, but just watch out for reactions for back and forth movement. Okay, because if you see, let's look in depth. Let's look deep a bit. Let's look at this a bit. Now look at what I'm trying to point to you guys. If you look at this zone, look at a little bit of reaction here and see what happened here. Almost similar reactions, forming the head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder pattern here. So look at the reactions we have here. It's almost, it's even more here. See this zone. So it's a clear indication that we might get similar things on this angle. Now look at another reaction. Now see what happened here. See, this is level. This is similar thing we have here. So always watch out for these reactions, watch out for these zones, so that you'll be able to make maximum profit and better results trading in these indices. So I'm going to end this video here. If you have any further questions, you need anything, indicators for laptops, for PC, and you want to know how to draw these trend lines manually, how to do these things perfectly so that you'll be making maximum profit for the day, just write me on the comment section below. I'll be there to give you feedback and replies to your messages. I want to say thank you all for subscribing to this channel, and for those that are just joining us, if it's your first time, you're welcome. Just turn on your notification button on your device so you'll be first to notified whenever a video like this is dropped on this channel. Do have a nice day and remain blessed. This is Mikey's FS Academy signing off. Bye bye.